Tonight on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, they thought they were just going to play an innocent game of truth or dare, but something in that house decided to raise the stakes. Tonight's movie, Truth or Dare. Not the Madonna one, no.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. Like Baby Circus. Anyways, tonight, yes, tonight, it is, I believe, we are a week away from Halloween. No, actually, no, we were a week away yesterday. I'm sorry, I'm all messed up now. It's like, no, this is the final stretch now, though. This is the final stretch, the final episodes, the last 7. I guess you could consider it a week, I guess. I mean, anyways, the final countdown has begun. We have almost made it through, and so tonight, I thought, coming off of last night's celluloid nightmares, I thought, you know what? I'm going to do something a little bit more, I guess, contemporary. A friend of mine said, hey, check this thing out on Netflix, and I thought, okay, I did, and here it is. The movie is Truth or Dare, Truth or Dare. So what is Truth or Dare about? Well, it starts off in 1983, I believe. Anyways, there is a bunch of people at a house, and someone's on the roof, and this girl is like saying, yo, you can do it, but he falls off the roof and dies. And then something in the mirror says, pour the acid on her head, and she, well, obliges while she tries to make some baking soda sort of shield for her head, but still, ouch. Anyways, so this becomes sort of a legend about these people in this house who played Truth or Dare, and they all died except for her. So, a group of friends go to the house, and they decide to play Truth or Dare, or actually one of them, the host, decides to play Truth or Dare, and they all kind of begrudgingly agree to do that because it's Halloween, and they thought, oh, it'll be scary fun, except the same thing's happening. They have to play Truth or Dare. If they don't tell the truth, they will die. If they don't do the dare will do them, and the dare will probably kill them. Yes, and the dares are increasingly more and more, I would say, painful to the dangerously violent levels. Like, for instance, one is like, put your hand on the hot stove. That's fine. Another one is get run over by a car. Kind of dangerous. Another is rob a gas station. Anyways, so, of course, the friends at first, they're like, this is crazy. What are you trying to do? This is all a setup. But as things start getting more and more intense, shit gets more and more real, and people start to, well, lose the game. So it kind of has a little bit of a Saw feel to it in the sort of feats you have to do in order to survive. Anyway, so let's get to those scores, shall we? Violence and gore, I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5, mainly because toward the end there is some wonderful dismemberments and a fingernail scene, and it is quite, but the rest of it is sort of tame and kind of over-reliant on CGI and a lot of off-the-camera type of stuff, and there's this scene with cockroaches, which is completely so bad, and so it takes you right out of the movie. Anyways, so, but I do appreciate the gory bits and the bloody bits and the choppy bits. So a 3.5 out of 5. Shock value, 2 out of 5, and that's mostly the shock of what they have to go through. There isn't much in the way of jump scares, and honestly, there isn't anything that is too over the top. I mean, sure, I guess there's some flesh eating, but, you know, nothing too over the top. 2 out of 5. That brings us to a plot as a 2.5 out of 5. I mean, it's basically, you know, they have to do these things to survive, and they have to use their wits to figure out how to do them to survive. However, the entity, whatever is happening, they do explain it, which kind of loses the mystique of the whole thing, and then the whole, trying to outsmart it, and they have like ideas, but then it's like the thing freaking cheats. So in a way, that's just, a dick move. And that really kind of kills sort of the fairness of this whole thing. And also, there's this thing, it's like, if they would have had it in the beginning where they sort of more gradually got into the whole truth or dare thing, and it would have made it the whole night, and didn't have to have the explanation, didn't have to have the scenes where they find the survivor from last time, they leave the house and things like that, thinking it's over, but it's not over. Those things, honestly, I don't know if I really enjoyed how the movie did things like that, and I thought that it would have been much better served if it would have took a bit more time to set up the truth or dare stuff, have it start kind of more innocent, and then just turn weird and then dangerous more slowly, and have the whole thing in the house and have it all happen in one night. I think would have maybe been a much more interesting and better movie, and you would have had a little bit more character development, because a lot of times these characters really don't have a lot going to make you really care about them. They seem very two-dimensional, shallow, stereotype characters that there wasn't really anyone you could just latch on and go, this is the person that, I'm gonna vicariously live through this experience with. And so that really kind of works against the movie, and that's a lot to do with the plot. It really gets into the truth or dare danger stuff rather quickly, and I felt like maybe I'm more used to the slow burn and build up stuff, but I think it just lost an opportunity to do something more special with the plot. So anyways, 2.5 out of 5. Very basic. Acting, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I think the performances were very fine. They had good emotion, and, you could feel like their panic and their disgust at what's going on. So a very solid 4 out of 5 for me. Nudity, 0 out of 5. Like I said, you get into the weirdness really quick. It does kill any of the, potential for any shenanigans or showers or anything like that. So anyway, 0 out of 5. My enjoyment factor, unfortunately, is a 2.5 out of 5 because it just feels very generic. It's a serviceable movie. It's a fine movie. It's an okay movie. It's a movie that I would say, like, you want to watch something scary, chow some popcorn. It's a fine movie. It's serviceable. It's just very basic and doesn't do anything spectacular and doesn't do anything to kind of set itself apart and become kind of like a memorable experience. Unfortunately, it's a very bland movie overall. Yes, it does have some nice violence and some gore parts, but overall, it just kind of flows too quickly. It has that sort of built for teenagers horror vibe, even though with the violence as what it is, definitely R-rated, but still kind of has that PG-13-ish feel in a way. I don't know how to say that, but anyways, there you have it. 2.5 out of 5. My overall impression is a 2.5 out of 5. A very basic, average horror movie. 2.5 out of 5, and that leads to an average score of 2.4 out of 5, which, it figures. But there you have it. I mean, it's a fine movie. I was entertained while watching it. I just didn't think that it was anything special. So there you have it. Truth or dare? Tell me what you think in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? You think I'm crazy and it's awesome? I don't know. But don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. And I will see you all next time. And thank you again for watching another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And you stay scary, internet. And remember, if you're going to go into a house that a lot of people died, and they died because apparently they did a certain thing, it's probably a good idea not to do that certain thing. In fact, it's probably not a good idea to just go into the house anyways. I'm just saying, you know? Okay? Just saying. All right. Ah!